You either use the internet for fun or you use the internet to grow. You're here to grow. Welcome to TRS Clips. What is the future of our country according to you?
Well, I'm not going to stick my neck out and say it's this or that.
Sure.
My apprehension is that it will become more and more authoritarian and less democratic. And free. I mean, democracy will be that you go and put your vote in and that's it. But proper democracy is a lot more than that. It's the freedom, to express yourself. It's the freedom to interact with the people who are in power, not they isolate themselves. So that's one way we can go. And the other is that one thing, I have great faith in the people of India. And when any government goes too far in one direction, the voter, never underestimate the voter. They know what is happening in the country. You said somewhere, are they really aware? But yes, they do usually know.
Okay.
So I think if any government goes too far in the direction of authoritarianism, they will have to face the electorate.
Do you think that there's truly religious segregation in the government's mind? That's the common criticism you hear, at least in cities.
Yes. I think it's a very wicked thing to do.
Do you think it's for the sake of political agenda?
Yes, it is. It is. It's a vote-catching device, which is very wrong.
You mean if you...
To play to the baser instincts of people on their religious, to try and win their support on religious lines.
Doesn't fire up people by saying that religion is better or worse than you?
No, I don't think religion should come into the place. You should, a politician should try and win votes by offering things like Mr. Modi did in 2014. He said, I want development for this country. That was his theme. This polarization along religious lines is when you have nothing else to offer.
And you think that that's a very active ploy of our current government? Because I asked all of them this.
It has been quite often, which is unfortunate.
When I asked all of them this, I think Rajiv Chandrasekhar gave me the best answer. He said that he denied it. He said that no, that's not the case. And overall, from the 4 conversations I had with them, all I got was conversations about development. But when you talk to a Muslim, a Christian, a lot of Sikhs, a lot of Buddhists in the country, there's a different kind of emotion in their heart. They do feel ostracized. And that's exactly what I told these cabinet ministers. And their rebuttal was that they are feeling these things because of false narratives from marketing on the other side. Which means that the opposition has probably marketed this idea that they're using religion to divide the country.
Obvious. I mean, it stares us in the face that at election time, they tend to bring in a religious divide if they feel they need to whip up voter sentiment. Quite often they do it.
Has it been happening recently?
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell you why I feel hesitant about having any opinion on this.
Yeah.
I feel hesitant because of the same reason that white men in America feel hesitant to talk about issues. Because as a Hindu young entrepreneur born into upper middle class India, I think I'm in a place of privilege to be having an opinion here. And the honest opinion should come from the minorities. I generally sense a feeling of discomfort in their hearts about their own safety, about their own sense of being Indian, etc. My gauge of the government using religion as a tool to divide and therefore create a vote, make votes
a vote
in there.
Bank.
Yeah. Is when news reaches me in the same way that whole CAB thing reached me in such an intense manner where people are writing in and saying that, listen, you need to talk about this, where I actually felt a need to talk about it as a content creator. I haven't felt that much of a need since that phase. And then obviously so much has happened since then. COVID happened since then, etc., etc. The gauge I got from talking to them this time was that they're very aggressive about making money for the country. I did sense that, in all honesty. And again, this is not me being pro Modi or anything like that. I'm just relaying what I felt. Because I'm talking to them for like an hour each at least. So you
Yeah.
do gauge where the other person's heart is at. There was a strong sense of doing the right thing in order to make money, in order to make us geopolitically stronger because of the geopolitical climate of our times. That we need to basically become richer as a country. And I think that that's their single pointed focus. And within the country, they're focusing on infrastructure. So I said that, if you divide the country for votes,
Yeah.
you're not doing this economic game a favor. Because if we truly want to grow as an economy, everyone needs to be happy and working together and united. And they all agreed. And their angle was, we blame like the opposition. This is marketing from the opposition side. Now, as a political journalist, you don't agree?
No. I mean, some of the issues I do. I'm not one of those who believes that minorities should have special rights. But I, at the same time, feel that you deliberately, raise certain issues to create a divide at election time.
Okay. Do you think something's going to come up soon?
Just now in Maharashtra, there's been some trouble, and Mr. Pawar has made a statement saying that the BJP has a tendency to do this.
Okay. And this starts building up as you go nearer to the elections? Okay. So we can expect...
But it's not necessarily a pattern all the time, but unfortunately, it is being whipped up. And they do see themselves as sort of a Hindu Rashtra, The main mother organization, the RSS, does see that.
Okay. How much power does the RSS truly have in terms of how the nation is run?
It has power, but I think with a strong prime minister like Modi, actually, he calls the shots eventually. I think at the present position is that it is the Modi who really calls the shot, not the RSS. But of course, he will not like to alienate the RSS, because the RSS means workers in the hundreds of thousands at election time who, help the party in many ways. But when you have a really strong, as I said, whenever you have a very strong prime minister, then he counts for more. I think the RSS's view becomes secondary to him.
New clips released at the same time that a podcast releases. This is TRS Clips. Make sure you subscribe.